Jeff with Mr. Hardwater. Today's video lesson is really on how to polish out really big windows. This window here is 8 feet across and about 9 feet tall, and the Hardwater really goes way up high on this one. So these windows can be really tricky, and so they're also very time consuming and they take a lot of labor. So the first thing you want to do is charge right. So in this particular window I charged $330 just to clean it and seal it. So that's good. At least I got my cost covered today and some profit. So today's video is really to show a few tricks on how do you tackle these kind of windows. The good thing about this window here is it is in no direct sunlight, and that really gives me a lot of flexibility on what kind of pads and cleaners to use. So on this window here I could use our Mr. Hardwater powder and a steel pad and try to cut through this stuff pretty quickly, and we'd be in really good shape because there'd be unlikely to be any kind of swirl marks or hazing or anything like that, and you wouldn't be able to see them because there's no sun coming in. However, instead of taking the chance, what I'm likely to do on this window here is I'm probably going to use our liquid glass polish in a steel wool pad. There's a couple advantages to that. Number one is the particle sizes are much smaller, so it reduces the risk of leaving any kind of swirl marks or haze on the glass that you don't really want. The good news is, though, that this liquid glass polish can polish it out. So if you are using the powder and you encounter something like that, then just pick up the liquid glass polish and you can polish out those issues. So what I'm going to do here is show you some techniques on how to use the polisher with the liquid glass polish, which is what I sort of like to do on these bigger windows. So first of all, I'm actually going to start out with a steel wool pad today, and I'm going to put the pad on the tool. And what I like to do is I have my tool belt with me. It's kind of hard to see, but on my belt I have my liquid glass polish and I have a little bit of water. So what I'm going to do here right now is I'm just going to shake up this stuff, shake it up, and then just spray it on the glass just like that. It's really a great material to work with. And what I'm going to do to start this thing is I'm going to put the tool right here and I'm going to move it around just a little bit. And I kind of stake out an area like a square, and I want to kind of work on that square for a minute and see how we go. So when I turn this thing on, I'm going to show you a couple tricks too on how to control the polisher when you're holding it for long periods of time, because it can get kind of hard on the shoulders and arms. So first of all, I turn it this way to put the trigger here, turn it on, and I've already got it a little higher because I used this yesterday on a different window. What I'm going to do now is I'm right-handed. I'm going to flip the polisher over this way. I'm going to hold the tool here way at the end. It gives me a little bit more stability on the tool. And now what I'm going to do is start polishing this square area. And what I want to do is I want to let this liquid glass polish start to dry out a little bit. It works a lot better as it's getting dry. And I can already see the Hardwater coming off. It's nice and smooth. That's one of the benefits to working with the liquid, is that it provides a much more smoother polish. The polishing tool's not jumping around all over the place. So I'm going to move it up a little bit, start working the area. And if you're wondering how much pressure I'm applying, I'm not applying that much right now. I just want to get a feeling for how well the liquid glass polish and the pad's going to do on taking off this Hardwater here. So now what I'm going to do, pull up my bottle. I want to give it another spritz here. And I can see that we're making a lot of progress already in this little area. So now let's just let the tool run in one spot for a minute and see how well we do. I'll apply a little more pressure. And there we go. I can already start to see it pretty much being finished. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply a little water now. This spot's just right down in here, it's okay. So let's get a little water to go and reactivate this stuff. And now we got the polish again. And now I'm going to just let it go. I'm going to use my body to kind of hold the polisher on the glass. And I'm using my right arm to stabilize the polisher. So the way I do it is I pretty much hold the tool with my right arm and I use this hand to stabilize it. So it's really, it seems to be a more stable process to work like this and hold it, sort of like golfing. Here we go. So now we got a nice piece of polished glass. It's coming off. I'm not really working that hard. I'm just holding the tool on. The tool's doing most of the work. And now I can see that I've got a good, pretty good polished window here. So now it's drying out again. Let's just add a little bit more water to this area. Just get it activated. And now I'll start working across the glass. Now I'm pushing this way because I want to use my right arm to really control the polisher and move it along. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's coming off really well, and this is a really bad case, and I feel comfortable using the liquid glass polish because I don't think we're going to have any swirl marks or any kind of other problems with this piece of glass doing it this way. There we go, it's looking pretty good. Now, I think what I'll do is add a little bit more and just let it run. And now we have about 56 square feet of this to do, so I'm going to be here for a couple hours, but once I get in a groove and just kind of tune everything out and keep polishing, I'm kind of okay with it. I just kind of let it do its thing. Now here's an area that's not coming off quite as clean as easily. Right in there, I got to work that a little bit more. But overall, where I was working longer looks pretty good. Let's use a little bit more here. Get this area going. Let's see if we can get this cleaned up. There we go, we got it now. There we go, looks good. Get a little water on here. Alright, let's get this area done. Okay, so there's a little bit left here, and if you're wondering if the glass is hot, it's not hot at all because the RPMs are so low. And so now we've pretty much cut through most of this hard water on this window, and so it's nice. The liquid really is effective here. One of the things you can do now is if you wanted to be even more cautious with a window like this, you could just pull off the steel wool pad now and put on one of our scrubby pads. Now these pads are nice because I have a piece of foam in there, and the foam's great because it absorbs this liquid. So this is one of my favorite pads. So here we can just do this little area, this top area. See the middle? Just do that. Spray it on there, and then you can really feel the behavior of these pads. The steel wool pads really grab the glass because it's really more abrasive and it's really cleaning more aggressively. But these nylon pads are really smooth. So when I turn this on, it's just really, really nice. Now you notice I had some water on the pad, so I'm getting a little overspray. And that's okay because we have a brand new product here that we're going to be using in the bathrooms more. And it's basically got some suction cups on it. And so if you're concerned about overspray, like on the overspray on the sides of the windows or on the top, we're going to have these foam splash guards. And it's really going to help to do the cleanup. It's going to just reduce the overspray. It's going to make the cleanup much easier because the splash guard is going to catch a lot of this overspray. It's really great. And they're also stackable. So this one, they're going to come in 6 inches wide, and you can actually use the threaded rod to stack one on top of the other. So if you want a foot of protection, you can do that. And it also ships with different sizes of suction cups. So if you want a big suction cup, because you got the more weight when you're stacking them, you can do that, or you can change it out to a smaller one. So it's going to be a really nice product going forward. We'll have that out soon. Let's get a little bit more action on the glass here. And there you go. I think this is going to be a nice little square now. We got it going on. And I really like the way this thing runs, though. So it's drying out a little bit, and that's what I like. I like it when it dries. It just cleans a lot better. There you go. Now I got it. I think we're looking really, really good. I pretty much used a liquid glass polish on this whole other window I did over here last job because there's more sunlight coming in. So I did the whole thing with the liquid. Alright, so basically that's what you got. You know, you got a nice clean piece of glass here. And now I can just, you know, kind of get into a groove and put on my shades and just kind of zone out and start polishing and, you know, just spend a couple hours just knocking this thing out. But don't forget about the new splash guards. You put them on the side like this or like this. They're going to be really handy when you're working in a bathroom or in any other kind of job for that matter. I really like these things, and so we're going to have these out very shortly. Don't know why I didn't think of it earlier. We needed it. So here we go. I'm going to keep working on this, and as I think of new tips, we'll let you know.